Find out today whether they still have a job. The airline has been locked in a bitter dispute with its staff who face significant pay cuts if they remain. Management say cost cutting is vital to ensure BA's long-term survival, but many staff have been protesting about the plans. Well, we can talk now to Angela, that's not her real name, who's been a member of cabin crew with BA for 25 years. She took voluntary redundancy on Monday, and we can find out more about her situation right now. Angela, thank you for talking to us in what is an incredibly difficult week, a very difficult time for you. As we've mentioned, you've been with BA for 25 years. Tell us why you decided to go for the redundancy option on Monday rather than wait to today to find out if you could still have a job.
Good morning. This voluntary redundancy is a very loose term. The word voluntary is very loosely used here. Everybody that I know that pressed that button on Monday loves their job, did not want to go, but felt that they literally had no other choice because they would not have been able to survive on the new contract with a 40% cut in their salary. So to say voluntary implies that we had a choice. We didn't feel that we had a choice. We were all desperately upset and sad, as are all the crew. But our enhanced package, this is another term that's used loosely, our enhanced package to leave was actually 1.4 times the statutory redundancy. So, enhanced is not quite what we were hoping for, but these are the terms that we were given, and this is what we've had to deal with.
So when there have been reports, Angela, talking about different terms and conditions, that's the sort of thing that you're alluding to?
Yes. I mean, we have not actually been told officially what this new contract will involve. So the entire point of what we're going through is that everything is unknown. We're being asked to leave a job that we love or take the risk of not being selected for the new role. Not taking voluntary redundancy does not guarantee you a place on the new contract. It just means you will be considered for selection. And I know crew who have literally been awake all night because the emails started to come through at midnight. They have literally been awake all night waiting to see whether they'll be selected for their own job. And if they are selected, they should be relieved to keep a contract where their salary will go down between 40 and 50%.
So that was the choice you were faced with. Take that redundancy on Monday, or wait until today, not get redundancy and possibly not get your job.
Absolutely. And if we weren't selected for the new role, we would be given the statutory redundancy, which was only £3,000 less than I've received in voluntary redundancy. This is how much I've been rewarded with for a 25-year service, is an extra £3,000, and would leave with compulsory redundancy. So, when they talk about choice, none of us really feel like we've had a choice in this.
And I know that you couldn't bear the thought of being told that you didn't get the job that you'd been doing for the past 25 years.
Yes, I think this is what a lot of us found who are maybe longer serving crew, is that we simply didn't find it viable that we would be waiting 4 days to find out whether we've been selected. And indeed, the criteria which BA set out to be selected, although they said it was fair and transparent, the criteria very much appeared to be biased towards non-long-serving crew and the newer crew. And a lot of us, even after 20, 25, 30 years, could not meet that criteria. So a lot of us felt that it just wasn't worth taking the risk.
Well, I know that BA would reject any suggestion that there was any bias in the criteria, Angela, but, given the huge stress that the airline industry is under right now, do you think that BA could have handled this in any different way, in any better way?
We do think they could have handled it in a better way. They have decided to give BA pilots a temporary pay cut, which will then go back up as loads increase. That was something that was never considered for us, not once. We said that we'd be willing to take a temporary pay cut would be happy to take it. It was never discussed, but the pilots have been given it to save jobs. And don't forget, we're all watching the news and we're seeing mass redundancies. But these are companies who are going into administration. These are companies who are struggling to keep their heads above water. British Airways has millions in the bank, millions. They made 1.2 billion in profit last year, and their parent company in Spain has been pouring millions of pounds into the Spanish arm of their company. So if anybody thinks this is inevitable, just consider how much money British Airways has got and how they've decided to treat their staff.
OK, Angela, thank you for talking to us at obviously a really, really difficult time for you and all the colleagues that you've worked with over the past 25 years. Well, we have a statement from BA. A spokesperson for the airline says this is the biggest challenge the airline and our industry has ever faced. Sadly, the global pandemic has resulted in job losses across every industry. We are not immune to this crisis. We have to adapt to survive. So we will continue with the proper, lawful, consultative process, and we will keep inviting union representatives to discuss our proposals to the serious challenges we face. The statement says it is not too late to find solutions and to